Blessed is he who reads and those who hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written in it, for the time is near. This is also very important. This is the only book, just like of the 10 commandments, the commandment to honor your parents is the only commandment with a promise of a blessing. Of the 10 commandments, although obviously you will be blessed for fulfilling all of them, but the fact that one of the 10 commandments has a promise attached to it of living a long life and happy life for honoring your parents, that is a huge promise. I repeat, that is only found connected to that one commandment. So by fulfilling that commandment, you get that promise. The same thing happens with this book. Most people are afraid of this book. Most people prefer not to read it because of everything that we were told about it, that you won't be able to understand it, that the symbols are way too crazy, that it is too scary, that whatever, all of the things that the enemy uses society for, in the sense that society is the one that comes to us with all those thoughts and all those ideas regarding how the scriptures can make you crazy, because who knows what they have seen or what they have experienced or what person they know that was crazy already and used the scriptures as an excuse for their craziness. So those things, the enemy uses them in order to put ideas in people's minds, and those people, those who really are fooled by the enemy in that way will use those same thoughts and fears to try and put them in those who do not have fear, those who only fear Yahweh, for instance. And that's why we were given the peace that surpasses all understanding. For those who are of this world cannot understand why we do not act or feel or speak like they do. So this is the only book that brings a blessing, yet it is the main book that the people stay away from because the enemy has made them afraid of it, amongst other things. So blessed is he who reads. Also, this could be translated as happy is he who reads. Happy he will be through the blessing he will receive, pretty much. So blessed is he who reads and those who hear the words of this prophecy. Because some may read it like I am doing right now, and some just may hear it like you guys are doing. The blessing comes for both, of course, because thankfully we now have access to Revelation. You all have the book of Revelation, or you can get it for free, even though the translation may be not as good, mainly because of the names, of course, and titles. But other than that, thankfully we have access to books that back in the day only a very few had access to. So that's why also the blessing this way. Blessed is he who reads and those who hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written in it, because faith without works is dead. So that's why you need to hear and practice. You need to hear, believe. If you don't believe, you won't practice it, of course. You must hear, believe, and then go and act according to what you know, because you were told here. So blessed is he who reads and those who hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written in it, for the time is near. And keep those things in the sense of practicing scriptures, being obedient to Messiah, to Yahweh, of course, but also in the sense that we need to keep those words in our hearts, in our minds, because they will be fulfilled. And once they begin, like they are pretty much now, then we would be ready for those times. We wouldn't panic like most will. And even if some feel weak because of lack of faith, thankfully, you know now what happens once you read the book. You know Yahweh, you know Yahushua, and therefore you can ask for strength and grow in faith through the word, which is the one that gives us faith. For faith comes through the word, and the word through hearing, as we see here. He who reads and those who hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written in it, for the time is near.